We're back at you with gloves off, and today we have a great person and a leader of a community, Rio Bravo. Her name is Karla Celestino. How we doing?
We're good. Doing
Good.
super good. Yes.
And the special thing about Ms. Celestino is that she's running for mayor of Rio Bravo.
Correct.
Let's touch base on, a lot of people don't know where Rio Bravo is, and let's just touch base on your community at first.
Well, we are south of Laredo.
Okay.
We are a city, a home rule city. For years, we've had several mayors that have been elected, and nothing has been done so far. What else can I say? Nothing has been done so far.
Okay.
So I'm trying to change that.
Right.
I'm trying to change that.
And tell me a little bit more about you. How can somebody say, you know what, I want to stand up and I want to change my community? What's going on? ¿Qué pasó? What's giving you that decision to stand up and go for mayor of Rio Bravo?
Well, first of all, like I said, we haven't seen any improvements. We've only seen people going in and out. The city has a very bad infrastructure. Starting with the sewer, the water plant, the streets are very, very bad, in very bad conditions. They just, potholes come with the rain and they just cover it up, and the rain comes back in and, it's starting all over again. So, I want to see improvements, I want to help the community live a better life. We deserve to have a better life.
Sure.
For our children and our elderly. We don't have an ambulance. We don't have any police department. The city is very divided, as in the people that are actually there in the administration. That
Okay.
we don't believe in any of them, and that's just because we've seen nothing has been improved.
Okay. And that's a good fight. Okay, that's a good fight for the community, the betterment of the community, the betterment of our family, of our neighbors. And it's kind of sad when you see folks that are they're leaders, administrators in a certain place, actually not do anything for them, for the benefit of the community, but for the benefit of themselves.
Right.
And this happens way too many times in way too many different communities. And number one, we want to commend you for standing up
Thank you.
because it takes a special person to run. Then it takes more of a person to get that candidate to become a great leader. And that's special. Okay. Who is the current mayor now? What's going on with that? Are you running against somebody it's an empty seat, or are you running against somebody that's current right now?
Currently, we have Dr. Peña there as our mayor, and Commissioner Debbie and Billy. But there's a lot of problems that, came up with this administration. One of them was actually the way he spoke to the people.
Okay.
We don't deserve to be called, what is it that he said, chachalacas, and what is that? How can you talk to people that are you representing, and yet you speak to us that way? That's one of my main things. I've gone to the meetings, and that's how he speaks. Not until now, recently, that I guess he's more of a soft-spoken person,
Okay, and
than before.
Okay, and this is a person that's a doctor, a medical doctor?
Yes. Like I said, we haven't seen any improvements. The only thing that I've seen, he did a park, I believe,
Okay.
down by the river in a flood zone, but that's all I've seen. I haven't seen any improvements, and the people really don't want to have anybody that doesn't belong there or live there. They might work there, but they're not from there. They don't know what we actually need in that city.
Okay, it's good to have that. And here's a question, and I'm going to say hi to a couple of people. Cecilia, good morning. Aldo, good morning. Elsa, good morning. Aldo asked a question. What
Okay.
community service organizations have you belonged to, or do you belong to?
Well, right now, I'm currently representing Rio Bravo in the Community Actions Agency.
Okay.
I've done volunteer work for CASA Advocate. I've also volunteered for the Blue Santa. I mean, I've been to several agencies and volunteered my time. Not because anybody has asked me to, but I want to get out there. I want to see what's out there that I can bring to my city.
Understood. And that's just the way it should be done.
Right.
Okay, when you care about a community, you have to go out there. Sometimes you have to outreach to the other communities around you to see what we could help each other in, right?
Right. That's
And
the goal.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
And that's what you need to do. And you tell me a little bit about your history in the past. Have you worked for the city? Were you, and of course you already said that you belong to several organizations, so you've always been involved with your community.
Right. Well, I was a jailer for 5 years. And then I've worked in several other companies, customer service. Where else have I worked? I was a judge before too as well, but I wasn't there for that long, for other reasons. But then I resigned, and I let somebody else take over that position.
Well, what kind of judge? Municipal judge?
The municipal judge, yes.
Of Rio Bravo?
Of Rio Bravo.
For how long was your tenure?
It was for 2 years, and then
Okay.
the charter got amended, and now it's different. Now it's 4 years, and right now I believe who's the judge? Honestly, I don't even know who the judge is.
Okay.
That's how bad it is that we don't even know who's in there and who's not. People have been coming in and out, so that's kind of not.
So it's really
the
a
way.
big problem that's going down.
Yes, a very big problem.
Let's say, and God wills it, you get elected. The people put the voice behind you. What would be the first thing that Karla Celestino is going to change? Or
Well, first-
try to change?
Well, first of all, we need to, put our administration together, really come together in terms of we need to work together professionally, because that's something that I don't see in there, respect. And then the next thing I would do is try to get grants and, people to work together from Webb County, get together with Commissioner Jesse Gonzalez and, and talk about what we need to do to get our streets going. Another thing that I've been fighting for so many years is to put sidewalks by the Espejo Molina Road where the kids walk to school. And there's a lot of parents that walk, to and from school, and kids, most importantly. But that's one of the main things that I have for that city.
Okay. So basically, it's been mismanaged for a long time.
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Is it, how many city council do you have? Or tell me a little bit more about the organization of Rio Bravo.
Well, it's a mayor and 2 commissioners, the city secretary, and I believe the supervisor for the trash pickup.
Okay.
That I know of. I don't know what other people are doing there, but yeah, that's what we
Basically
have
what
there.
it is. So
Yeah.
you have 2 commissioners. Instead of councilmen, you have 2 commissioners.
Yes, 2 commissioners.
Okay. Do you have a police force?
Not that I know of right now, no. The only ones that I've seen so far are just, Webb County Sheriff's Office that's been working there. Other than that, I mean, if we've had police, they've been in and out, and we honestly don't even know who the chief is, or if we have one, or who the officers are. No idea.
So nobody really, yeah.
Nobody really knows what goes on in there, honestly.
Okay. Now, do you all have a fire state? If it's a fire supporter, do you get a fire support from Webb County?
No, we have a fire station, which are all volunteers, and we do have a chief. He's been great. He's been doing great. He responds to 911 calls. The only bad thing, though, is that when they respond, we literally don't have an ambulance to take them, to the hospitals or anything, or, equipment. We don't have none of that. They've been taking, patients in their cars, in their own vehicles to help them out, which is a great thing, from them, but we need more equipment. We need more, services
Right.
there. Hmm.
So there is a lot of work that needs to be done. For
A
Rio
lot. Not to mention, the water plant, the sewer, all that. I mean, we don't have anything for the kids. We do have a rec, a community recreation center, which is great, but we need more. We need more things to have our families enjoy, especially in the summer. We don't have none of that.
Understood. And tell me a little bit. You just finished school, right?
Yes, I did.
Tell me a little bit about your schooling, and tell me a little bit of what you went for, and what's your future goal, and how that's.
Well, I graduated with my associates in 2016. I never stopped going to school. I mean, I'm a single mom. I've had to work and go to school. I did finish a little bit late, but nevertheless, I never stopped. And I just graduated May 2018 with a bachelor's in criminal justice. And from there, I mean, I do want to continue school, but I've always said, I want to do something in my city that's going to change our future. Not only for the present, but for our kids that stay there. I mean, we live there, and I really want to do something about it.
Why? Here's a question that was asked to me. How come Rio Bravo wasn't annexed by Laredo? Or was it at one time? Did it split? What happened there?
No. Actually, our city was first a ranchito, that started, populating there from people coming from all over, the cities and
Sure.
other places. So
Sure.
that's how we started. And then I've been there since we were just literally monte.
Right.
My dad started, from his foundation and up. We've been there. My dad had to actually, ride a bike or walk to El Centro, to Gregory's to work. And that's how we've been there forever.
Right.
Yeah. But then, it started growing and growing and growing, and we are still currently growing.
Sure.
But we need to get all that updated, so we can get more people to vote, and, so we can get grants and change and all that stuff. I mean, and Laredo was never part.
It wasn't part.
No, it wasn't part. It was just, it's always been Rio Bravo.
What would people say if we annex them? If Laredo annexed them? Would it be more beneficial or not?
I would think it'd be more beneficial, but the thing is that since we've always stayed together and as a community, we know each other and everybody is, you know, I guess like they're accustomed to what we have. And yes, of course, it would be so beneficial for us in terms of ambulance and services and whatnot. But I don't think the people are going to be ready for the taxes. You know, the taxes that Laredo pays is very high than what we pay. So that would be a problem for our people.
Okay. Okay. Rio Bravo was in the news for a tragedy that occurred several months ago with a young girl from Honduras that came in illegally and had that issue with the Border Patrol. How was the community there? ¿Qué pasó? What happened?
Well, on that, I wasn't present. I
Sure,
just saw
sure.
videos on Facebook. I did go by, you know, after so many days because there was a lot of commotion and there was a lot of vehicles going in and out, and you know, I guess the investigation was going on. But the community was very, you know, distraught. We were so touched by how, you know, they managed the situation. I mean, we are very caring people. I mean, how can, you know,
Sure.
that happen there?
Sure.
But unfortunately, it did happen there. And that was, you know, we got, I guess, news coverage, but not the good kind.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. And whatever happened about that?
I honestly have no idea. I don't know what happened to the officer. I don't know what happened to the lady that was taking videos. All I know was that she was
It just
afraid
started
for-
and all of a sudden it just stopped?
Yeah, yeah. I just think she was afraid for her life or something like that I heard of on Facebook. But other than that, I have no idea.
Because that issue will arise once, not that particular one, but similarities will arise once you become, and if you do become the
Right,
mayor.
right, right.
You're going to have to tackle those problems. How would you tackle that in talking to maybe the field officers or the sector captains of the Border Patrol? What would you do? What would you
The
tell them?
key here is communication. I believe they have no communication within the city. Like I said, you need to approach those, you know,
Sure.
those offices and the supervisors and get in contact and, you know, and know who's out there and who's not. How can we help as a city, you know, help them, you know, work better? Because I know that we don't have a lot of lighting out there, you know, during the night. And we need more, you know, vigilance. We need more officers. We need
More security.
More security, yes, of course. And we need to get in touch with everybody there. We need to work together.
That being said, that there's no lighting. That being said that there's less security. It would be hard for me to fathom that the federal government would not get involved or grant money for that particular purpose. Understand what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
it benefits everybody in general. If there's more security, more lights, more this, make it more brighter, especially at night, since we do have a problem of that in that area. We have more vigilance in that sense, more security in that sense. Understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So to me, I don't know how come they wouldn't help in producing that and helping out the city.
Well, I honestly don't think that they know really the issues unless, you know, they've been told by their own officers or what's going on. And I honestly think that it's teamwork. It has to be teamwork. You know, speak to each other, ask what's going on, you know, how can we help or how can we help each other make it safer?
Right.
You know, yeah. But I don't think it's that they don't want to help. It's just that they don't know what's going on.
The school, the kids, do they go to elementary there? Do they go to high school there? What's going on there?
We have an elementary, which is Juarez Lincoln, and we have a middle school, Salvador Garcia, and of course El Cenizo has their own elementary in El Cenizo. We also have a STEP Academy there and on Espejo Molina.
So when kids go to high school, where do they go?
They go to LBJ.
OBJ.
LBJ, yes. Before we used to go to United South,
Sure.
but that was, you know,
And a long time ago, you always used to go to United, the first United, because I remember that.
United.
United, the
How
first
long ago was that?
85, 86. So it was a United that was on Shiloh, which is now, I don't
Oh,
know
wow.
what it is, you know?
That's
it's
a
on
very
Shiloh and
long way,
International right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I remember because we had friends that were from Rio Bravo that were bused to that United.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long ago.
Long ago.
Here's one question by Mimi Winter. As a property owner in Rio Bravo, I think they should merge because of the emergency response. Tax is there to better the city, and I believe Rio Bravo could benefit from the tax increase, and the streets are in bad shape. Let's see what else it says. Well, there's a person there that's saying that it'd be beneficial to merge.
It would, but like I said, I mean, as a property owner, it's not the same thing as living there. You know, we live there. Not everybody is or has the means to pay a lot of more taxes. Yes, it would benefit, of course. You know, we need more stuff there. Like I said, you know, we need more security there. But that's something that we need to see and start, you know, speaking of, so we can educate the people on how it's going to work and, you know, if it's possible.
Yeah, Mimi says, my family does live there and it's horrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it is right now. Unfortunately, I'm not going to say no, because it is very
But,
bad with
you
the
know,
administration that we have.
Horrible is a level that needs to be bettered. And the only way you're going to better that is by going out there and voting in people that really care about the community.
Of course.
And people that are going to do something for the community, or else it's always going to be horrible.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, and that's it. And she was saying you cannot have more security without proper funding. Of course not.
Of course.
That's what the whole question was here. I cannot see, and I cannot believe that the federal government will not help in funding security, lights, and so on and so forth if they already have a problem there. That's a no-brainer. All you have to do is find the right avenue. Maybe the Congressman Henry Cuellar can help out in that sense, and you know, and so on and so forth. And we need that help,
Right.
and those communities need help. We need more lights. We need more security along the border. They keep saying we build a wall. Okay, build the wall, but still we have the problem of that security. By the time that wall gets built, we need security there.
We do. And
Okay.
I'm not saying no, like we don't want it there. It's just that we need people to get out there and ask for it.
Sure.
And we haven't seen that.
Right.
You know.
This is a
Unfortunate.
community that wants it, but the leaders are not doing it. So, you know, that's
Correct.
what we did. And
Correct.
that's the harshness of the concern here.
Yes.
And anything else? Tell me what else you will change besides that. What else? What do you foresee? What do you want your community to look like? What do you want it to be like? What do you want? What's
Well,
your
I mean,
vision towards that?
I want, you know, people to invest there. We need the teachers, they need somewhere to go eat. We're very far from, you know, them coming to Laredo getting, you know, food. By the time they go back, it's already the hour. But we need investors. I mean, we're big enough for them to have, you know, restaurants, a pharmacy, a clinic, you know, services, ambulance, you know, security. I'm sure that we can get that. It's just tapping into the right people, you know, speaking to the right people and looking for it. A lot of people go in there and they just, you know, they just want to go in there and collect a check and that's it. Honestly, that's not how I am. I've been working for my city, you know, on my own hours, and I've been looking for other stuff to help my community and for them to look for, you know, services out there and get them to go over there as well, because it's very far and a lot of people don't have transportation.
I understand. And here's another question. Will you help get rid of the corruption and the corrupted officials in your area?
Of course, definitely. I've always been by the book. That's one of my things, and
that needs to happen, but it's not only a fight of one person, it's a crusade of everybody. And those crusades need to stand up. People need to be awakened. People need to say, you know what, I've had enough. People cannot sit back and point fingers and not vote. because that's what's happening here in Webb County. People talk and yap and blab all they want on the internet and blame, pass the buck, and we have 21% vote in Webb County.
See, and that's the sad part.
That is like, okay.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying? And
Yes.
half of those, and a good majority of those people that were there probably voted and they're dead. Okay? So,
Oh, wow.
you know what I'm saying? You know, so we have a lot of walking dead voting right now. So people,
Wow.
if you do not vote, you're voting in corruption. If that's who you're thinking. If your thinking is it's the same thing over and over and over, so I'm going to sit back here and just watch from the sidelines, you're part of the problem.
Yes.
So get up and go vote.
Register to vote.
Yeah, we're registered to vote.
Yeah.
And not registered. Well, we have a lot of voters that are registered.
They just don't go.
Get
Yeah.
off your seat and jump up to and vote.
Vote.
And that's what's not happening. People are not voting. Okay?
Yes.
And that's what we need right now. Here's another question. Absolutely, voters are important, and I believe that most need to be educated regarding politics. You're absolutely right, Mimi. People need to do their research on each and every candidate.
Correct.
And not vote just because it's so-and-so's little brother, so-and-so's movida, so-and-so's little
Movida.
sister, so-and-so's, cousin. No. Get out and actually understand the
Yeah.
person, research the person, research what the person is looking for, because you can vote in somebody in there that's going to be terrible to get out in years to come. And we've experienced that right now.
Yeah.
And so we have to look at that ideology of each candidate and look and see and vote for them in there. And if not, we're going to have a bunch of problems.
And we're going to keep on seeing the same thing. We're not going to see a change. So that's why I encourage everybody to register, go vote, and actually go vote. I mean, they stay till 8. If they're working, they have until 8 to go vote. I mean, just come on, get out and vote.
Here's what I see a lot of people going out and say this. Oh, you all do not want to vote a woman to be a leader. Number one, no one's ever said that. Here we have a great woman leader that wants to go out there and do something for the community. So back her up.
Thank
Okay?
you.
And that's just the way it is. I'm going to tell you why I say she will make a good leader. One of my habits that I have is to always be on time and be about 20 minutes on time everywhere to any appointment and so on and so forth. And that's something that I've been trying to pass on to my kids and all that. That's be on time. She called me 40 minutes beforehand. She said, I'm already here, and I was already on my way over here. And I said, you know what? This is a person that is responsible. This is a person that is objective in getting something done. Okay? And that she has my respects for.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank
And
you.
hopefully she's passing that to her 3 sons, no, or 2 sons? 2 sons?
Yes.
And 'cause then they're going to be good citizens.
Thank
okay?
you. Thank you.
And folks, if you guys have any questions, you can download our app, ask questions through here, and we'll answer them. Ask questions directly to Ms. Celestino. And we'll continue talking about what we can do with that portion of Webb County.
Of course.
How do you feel about the bridge? Do you think the bridge will bring people towards you?
Of course. There will be
Okay.
more people passing through. Of course, developers coming and wanting to open businesses there. But that's something that has been talked about for so many years, and we haven't seen it. So I honestly don't know what to say about that. We haven't seen it.
We haven't. How is Rio Bravo talking with the commissioners and trying to get that bridge more situated there? Is it, or is it not?
That I know of, I'm not.
You're not privy to that?
No. Like I said, that I honestly don't see any communication between them. I don't.
So it's basically right now in the dark.
It is. Very.
How would you, let's place you being voted in. How would you deal with that?
Well, I mean, of course, we have to get together, talk about what we can do to better our city, and like I said, work together. That's the main key, and that's the goal. I mean, work with everybody that's, involved. Communication is very important, and that's how things get done.
All right, I'm going to say hi to a couple of more people.
Sure.
Charlotte, good morning. Judge Bruni, Danny Guadardiola, Gilbert Gonzalez, how we doing today? Hope everything's fine in your old neck of the woods. But you see, that's what we need. Okay, when we have a community, we have to outreach to others. I keep saying this. Laredo needs to outreach to businesses that are outside to bring businesses inside.
Right.
Rio Bravo needs to outreach to the county and outreach to Laredo to bring businesses out that way, because Laredo is growing south.
Right.
And it's growing south in a tremendous
And in a very fast pace.
way. So,
Yeah.
so it might be to the point that, guess what? It's going to end up being annexed at one particular time. And so, those open dialogues need to be left open, because,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'd rather for it to be annexed than to have an administrative office or administration that really doesn't care about the development of people and the safety and so on and so forth, and it's just
Right.
for their own personal ego. Understand? So,
Right. Yeah.
you see, it kind of happened like that in Del Mar years ago. Del Mar was its own little town,
Okay.
and then it was annexed by Laredo. People didn't want it. And I was like, now look at the growth that we've had.
Yeah. I mean, the benefit has to be there for the people. I mean, if it's beneficial to, our people, why not? A lot of people don't like change, but change is good. Change is good. So if it's going to better our community, help our kids and, our elderly, our people that live there, of course. Of course. But that has to be crossed when we get there.
That joke.
Yeah.
What else? Tell me, ¿qué más? What's your plans? Let's reach down deep inside and say, you know what, this is what I really want to do.
Well, I mean, like I said, I want to better our city, beautify it. We are just, when I guess when people think about Rio Bravo is, El Ranchito. Yeah, okay, we started as that. But we're now a city that needs development. We need security. We need a lot of things for our city. So why not help our city and not just, Laredo? That's it. A lot of people don't want to tap into our community because, it's un rancho. That's all I hear. But we have a lot of very talented kids. We have a lot of talented people there, people that are going to, TAMI U and LCC. What's the difference? You don't want to help us out because why? That's my question. How come they don't reach out to us and help us?
Who's not reaching out? The county?
The county, yeah, the county. I mean, yes, we have the sheriff's office there. Our commissioner has been doing things for, the kids and stuff. But not only that, we need a change, not just temporary things.
Do you all have a constable there too, right?
What, I'm sorry?
Constable?
A constable, yes.
Do they patrol the area?
Not that I see. They only do the warrants. So
Well, okay.
I don't see none of that. I mean, my sister works with the DPS, and I've told her, go in there. Why don't you guys go in there? I mean, I don't know if they're allowed or not, but I mean,
Of course, are.
why wouldn't they? We need more vigilance.
Need more security. So in other
More
words, there's a problem with the security.
Yes, a lot.
And do we have a lot of problem with drugs there?
I'm sure, like any other place, but it's mainly concerned because we're on the south side and we're, the last city. So yeah, I mean, like anywhere else.
Sure. So you got a lot in front of you to tackle,
A lot.
okay? We wish you the best,
Thank you.
and we hope that your voice and your words can get to the people that are voting for you inside. And once inside, it's going to be a battle.
I'm sure.
And I think you have the energy and the drive to get that done. Wishing you the best.
Thank you.
For you folks out there, any further questions before we head out? Y cualquier otra cosa any projects that you have coming up? I know you had a plate sale this past weekend. What else do you have?
We're working on an event for our city. The past 2 years, 2 years ago, I did my pumpkin patch. I started that with donations and stuff. Like I mentioned, I didn't do it last year because of the problems with the mosquitoes and stuff. But we're trying to come back to that again and continue to do that for our city and
Okay,
for our
that-
kids. Yeah.
Here's a question, Jessie Rousseau. What is her education level?
I have a bachelor's in
She has a-
criminal justice.
She has a
and
bachelor's in
associates.
in criminal justice. Okay. And let's see what else. Yeah, maybe you're right. At some point, taxes will have to increase for the city to become, or the city will be annexed. So, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's going to increase either way.
And it has to, I know, it has to work that way. And I'm not saying it's not going to, but we do need it. But we need to educate the people on how it works. Not just, do it and boom, this is what happened, Hey, what happened, like over here where it's increasing and increasing and increasing. But yeah, I'm not saying it's not going to. It has to, in order for us to, increase and, in doing, having services and, for the community and stuff.
What's the population?
In the census, I believe we're 4,000, but we're not 4,000. We're so much more. We're maybe close to 8,000.
Really?
Yes. Yes. We need to fix that too.
The census?
Yes.
Well, what's going on? Are people not just registering or
I
not doing it
honestly don't
correctly? What's the
know.
problem with
I don't know.
4,000 to about 8,000 is a big jump.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, since we're a home rule city, that's the category that we're in. So I mean, I think we need to fix that. That's very important because that's how we get grants as well.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And-
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. And if any words, if you want to tell your people out there?
Just get out there and vote. Choose the best candidate. I mean, get to know them. Actually, see if they are from there or not, that they live there, and how long have they been there, and if they're following, the requirements there. I know that they have to be there before you apply 6 months prior.
Sure.
And see what's going on and investigate. I mean, do your own investigation. Just don't go by what others say. Do your own investigation and get out there and vote.
Sure. And folks out there, this weekend, you guys be safe. And no text and drive. School started already, so let's be safe with the little ones out there crossing the street. Let's be more vigilant on keeping those safe,
Of
our little
course.
guys. So this whole week, we just had LISD start. I know that tomorrow the Catholic Diocese starts, and then UISD starts again. So we're going to have a lot of kids running around. Be careful. All right? Until next time.
Definitely.
Peace.
Thank you.